awareness. The first part of our tunnel, right? There is no good awareness of the uh, classes. So what has happened here? Here I have just created, I'm just, see, we are not finding the answers here, okay? What we are doing here is in SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis basically helps us to find the position of the organization, that where we are standing, what exactly we are doing it, right? So SWOT analysis will just help you to know the position where your organization is standing, and unless and until we don't know what our position is, we won't be in the position to take a step ahead to make the appropriate decisions, right? So first we understood that what is our strength and what is our weaknesses. Okay. Now next I'm talking about the external factors. So when I'm talking about external factors, it means I have a lot many factors on which as an owner I don't have control over the factors which are affecting my business directly. Alright. Now these external factors, the factors which are beneficiary for me, for the company, for the business, and which has a positive impact will become my opportunities. That is my O. And the factors which will affect the business in a negative way, it will become my threats. Now, say for example, I continue with the example of coaching classes. I come to know that there are lot many candidates available in the market who are hunting for the job of teaching in some private coaching classes. So what is this? This is opportunity for me. This is a complete opportunity for me, right? Like here, there are so many people available here, right? Or I feel that, say for example, the complex at where the classes are going to start. The road is on to and fro, and mostly people visit those complex. So it is my opportunity because I don't have the control over the people coming in the complex and going. I can just have a control whether can I have that place on that complex or not. But to understand the to and fro of the people in the complex is not under my control. Right? And when I am talking about threats, those threats can be anything. Like say for example, what the government has said that the registration in the government is compulsory. If you're going to start with the coaching classes, you need to acquire license for the education to teach, or it is compulsory that teaching, you're having your own coaching classes, and there are more than, say for example, 10 students, then it is compulsory to have, you know girls washroom and boys washroom differently, like anything. If the government comes out with rules, regulations, taxation policies, that leaving a high amount of penalties for the non-compliance, anything which is not under the control, you can see that it's a threat for your company, right? That you cannot control it, and if you avoid it also, then after a certain level of time, it will become very difficult to sustain in the market. So these will be the factors which are affecting it negatively. So when we talk about strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, strength and weaknesses are internal factors which are completely controllable within our control, which are directly related to us, right? And opportunities and threats are the external factors, and one more thing, that we don't have control over it. After doing this SWOT analysis, right? After doing this SWOT analysis, What do we understand? That after doing this, we get one picture very clear. Say, strength is that there is no competition. Strength is that having my own space to start the class. My strength is that I am having a good amount of funding. What is my weaknesses? My English is weak. I don't have the faculties going to teach the technical subjects, and I am lacking in the advertisement part also. What is my opportunity? That the space where I'm having the commercial space where I'm having it, the location is very prime, and people are looking for the coaching classes in that particular area. My opportunity is that many of the candidates are hunting the teaching job in this particular sector. And what is my threat? That the government has increased the taxation part, and they have increased the rules and regulations for the education sector. So these are my threats. These all are my the threats. Now what? After getting the picture clear, what is my next duty to do? Very simple. Whatever are my weaknesses, whatever are the weaknesses, I would convert that weaknesses into strength, and whatever are the threats, I would like to convert that threats into the opportunity. So once I come to my weaknesses, then say for example my English is weak, then I have to work on my language. If I feel that there is no faculty, then I need to find out that yes, there are opportunities which I need to convert it into my strength. See, having good employees, having trained employees, having experienced employees, employees working at an average pay scale will all be the strength of the company. Right? This all is the strength of the company. Just imagine that if I want to start a coaching class and I don't have a space, I have the biggest weaknesses. Say, for example, I have the space, but I don't have the funds to start my business. For what I'll be requiring the funds? I require the funds for infrastructure to bring the benches, printing notes, electricity, projectors, okay, to pay to the staff, paying for the advertisement. These all will be my expenses to start my business. If I don't have a fund, how would I start my business? That will become my biggest weakness, right? But say for example, I'll just interchange the topics. I say my English is really very good, and students are preferring that they have been taught in English, so that's easy for them to understand. And if I'm able to speak a fluent English, then it will become my strength. So whatever strength are there, firstly we need to convert them into whatever weaknesses are there. We need to convert them into our you know strength, and whatever threats are there, we need to convert it into the opportunities. Any business, you take it, any business, let it be IPC, let it be Amul, let it be Reebok, let it be any product, okay, let it be just one of the biscuit product. Each company do their SWOT analysis. Without SWOT analysis, a company cannot decide at what position they are currently and for what they are supposed to work. Right? There was a pandemic, it was a threat. Basic necessities were allowed to work during pandemic, it is the opportunity. Right? If the interest rates are increased for the bank loan, it's a threat. But if the government has given some liberty to do any new startup, then it's an opportunity, right? So it's very important to understand that what factors are affecting negatively, what factors are affecting positively, whether the factors are internal or the factors are your external. SWOT analysis of any business is must. Now, many may or may not share you, but I would like to tell you something add on to you. I always prefer that even in classroom I prefer that even students do this thing. We can even do the SWOT analysis of of our own life. Like every individual, this is not a part of marketing, but I would like to share this thing to you. That being an individual, being a human being, every individual has their own goals. Every individual has their own vision, right? What we are supposed to do? It's very simple. Just do some kind of SWOT analysis. And trust me, you'll try to get and find the answers and solutions where you're stucking up. Like say for suppose you start preparing a SWOT analysis of yourself. You must be having some strength, right? Every individual has a strength. What can be the strength? The strength can be like, say for example, my handwriting is good. I'm good at content writing. My drawing is good. I can make the Instagram reels very easily. Or I have a creative mind. Or I really cook very good food. I have a good reading habit. This all will become your strength. Where where there is no other factor can control it. Right? If your handwriting is good, it's good. There is no other factor which will affect it and state that no, the handwriting is bad. No. If it's good, then it's good, right? If you know that if you can really click good pictures, you are a very good photographer, you are a really very good cook, you are a good writer, you are a good content writer, you are a good singer, you or say for example, whatever good points you have, being honest to yourself, we can jot it down. When I'm talking about, weaknesses, every person has weaknesses. Even I will be having some kind of weaknesses. I can jot it down my weaknesses. Say, for example, I have a stage fear. I cannot do a direct eye contact. I cannot draft the messages and mails easily. My English or some other language is weak, or in which state I'm staying it, I'm not aware of that regional language, or I have a fear of eye contact. My communication skill is not so good. These are your internal. As an individual, you have your internal weaknesses. Just jot it down. Then comes the opportunity. What opportunity could you have? Say, for example, my father, or my brother, or my husband, or my relatives having good networking. So if I want to get if I want to get connected to someone, I can easily get connected. Say, for example, in whichever university you are studying, you would feel that okay, this university is having good amount of competitions. I would like that. What is the USP of my business? What is the meaning of USP? USP, the meaning is selling product. Okay, so whenever I'm having a product, my product has some uniqueness, and that uniqueness is that basically helps me, or that is the strongest point which makes my product sell. So there can be 10 soaps which have been sold, but mine is a herbal soap. That is my USP, that it is made up of the natural ingredients, and that's why it is the USP of my product. Every product has a USP. If the product is not having a USP, or the business is not having the USP, then the team needs to work on it and jot it down that what are the USPs. Let's say, for example, I'm selling one of the product. I'm having a stationery shop. In the stationery shop, I'm having certain kind of stationeries where no other people can get it easily. I have that kind of designer chart papers, colorful papers, or I have a fancy rubbers. That all product easily won't. They will be getting it around the normal stationery shop. So that will become my USP. That will become my USP. That yes, this is my strength. No other are selling. I am selling that product. So that becomes my USP, right? In which areas are we better than our competitors? So again, for that, you need to you need to follow your competitors. You need to keep a eye on your competitors. That if I am having my stationery shop, what others are doing it. So when I am doing any social media advertisement on my on my system, I need to understand what others are doing it, what basically others are doing it. Say for example, I'm selling any product, so I may be giving some offer. What others are doing it? Are they giving the offer? Are they listing prices down, or they are giving it on EMI based, or they are giving free home delivery, or they are giving discount on first three purchase? What are they doing it? We need to find it out, because whenever we are entering on the social media, of course, we will be surrounded with our rivalries, with our competitor. That is a competition. So, what others are doing it? What others are doing it? Try to design the strategy in such a way that it looks a better, than the as compared to the competitors, right? What have our success stories been so far as has made us stand out from the crowd? So, what has made you different? Which makes you different? Okay. So, say for example, you must be having many of the customers will be selling the product. Others may also be selling the product, but you can try to take some kind of testimonials. You can take the videos, short videos of the customer stating that they were really very happy after purchasing that product from you, right? Or you can just show how you basically, nowadays we have that kind of social media advertisement, that whenever we are receiving the parcel, how our parcel is being packed, how carefully they are packing our parcel. So you can show that thing also. Many of them make the good videos and reels of their shops, of their businesses, of their offices. So similarly thing can be done, that you can show each product every day on your social media platform, the usages of that product, or how you'll be beneficially by using that product. So success story is very important. Okay, that how it all became, how it all started, and how it is going on, and how the customers are satisfied with you. So I told you that customers are the basically real asset of the company. So when taking customer reviews and testimonials are considered as one of the bestest way to do that thing. Then comes the weaknesses, which is again internal. That what where we are lacking it, right? What is our weak point where we need to work on it? So what are we lacking compared to our competition? Like if our other competitors are doing well, then why not we? Where the quality of the product, or the there is no compromise for the product, right? So we need to understand that we need to first, as I told you, that yeah, even comparison can become one of the strength of the businesses, and even weaknesses can be identified when we are doing the SWOT analysis. So we need to find out that where we are lacking it, what's wrong in our social media advertisement. Say for example, I understood after doing the analysis that my competitor is having, say for example, 1,000 impressions. It means 1,000 times the customers are viewing the advertisement, and the impression of mine is very less. Others are doing paid campaigning. I'm not doing a paid campaigning. Okay. Maybe others are taking the help of influencers. We are not taking the help of the influencers. Or say for example, others are posting every day on something on social media. We are just once a week posting something on our social media. So we need to understand where we are lacking it, what's wrong with our campaigns which we are running it, right? What resources do we require? So if I say for example, I want to do social media advertisement, then what do I require? Maybe I require a skill of social media advertisement. Maybe we may not have it, or we require some kind of influencer to work for us, or we require a part-time person who can help us to do the social media activities, or we need a person who can do the analysis of the data which we having it on our daily basis, or we require a web developer. You don't have it, so this all will become a weaknesses internally. If you are not having a web developer, others are not going to do anything for you. It is you yourself who need to hire the developer and get the work done. So it will become our weaknesses. What sort of skills do we require to work on it? Of course, I told you. You require to do lots of work. You need to be have a deep knowledge in the subject, or you need to understand your product in a different way. You need to understand the consumer behavior. You need to understand the consumer psychology. And if we are failing to do, then we can say that it is our weaknesses, right? Opportunities externally. Is that something that our target audience is looking for, that we can provide it? Opportunity that many audiences are willing that you please share the information online only. You share the price, you share the description. You found the segment, you found the a space where you can capture your target audiences. I told you that unless and until we are not aware of our target audiences, we are going to fail in our any of the projects, right? So understanding our target audiences is very important. So understand your target audience, understand what they want. When you're sharing something on your on your Facebook, on your Instagram, and you understand, like, say for example, you are telling that you want, suppose I'm having my own cookery show on Instagram, so I'll ask really to my audience whether today dessert or today you want to learn say for example you want to learn dessert or you want to learn some biryani. They will select it something. Next day I'll say you want to learn how to make chocolate or you want to learn how to make cake. They will select something. So this is opportunity. People itself are telling you that what they want. So with the help of customer engagement and deciding your advertisement in a beautiful way, you can understand what is the target of the customers, right? Are there any potential market areas that we haven't reached? Many of them must have missed it. No, marketing itself defines which is unfulfilled needs. So कुछ लोगों ने अभी तक नहीं बताया वो चीज, that you want to share it. So maybe in cookery shows usually we see all kind of recipes, but in my cookery show I would also share some kind of healthy tips also. Or in my cookery show I would say that if while cooking something goes wrong, okay, you have more salt, less sugar, something has happened wrong, then how to rectify that recipe I'll be telling it. So something you are trying to find the potential कि उस market में और क्या potential है, what more you can give into that market. Many a times they show different kinds of masalas being used, so they will be telling you that which basically masala is good and which is not. So you are just trying to find some kind of potential where people have not yet touched that particular topic. And threat, what our competitors are doing and why, and that we are not doing it. Are there any government regulations that could hamper our business? And do we have all technologies in place to keep up with changing markets? Like, say for example, when I'm talking about Instagram, and I came to know that most of the people are using, say, threads, or most of the people are using some different kind of social media platform. So I need to understand that people are active where, in which part they are active. I do lots of advertisement on Instagram. Maybe I'll be very weak in my website. People are not seeing the website. It will become a threat. So we need to understand that what are the rules, regulations, right? Over the night, say for example, it became that the government has banned Instagram. What you will do now? All our learning on Instagram marketing will go waste. If tomorrow government says like TikTok, even Instagram will be banned, then it's the biggest threat in the market will be facing it. If the government says Facebook we won't be used in India henceforth, we cannot have it. It will be like a nightmare if the government says that like TikTok tomorrow, Instagram and Facebook will be no more accessing, by any of the users in India. It's a threat for us. So we need to understand any government regulations we have it or not, and how technologies are changing, and accordingly we need to change it, right? So let's do one SWOT analysis example of a fitness and nutrition tracking application. So we have no different kinds of application, like it says that how many steps we have walked, okay, what is our heartbeat rate, and how much calories we have burned, how much we have missed it, what date, what time, right? We have this kind of application. We have it in our phone or we have it in our smartwatch also. So say for example, I have designed that kind of application, fitness application. Now I want to start it. So let's do a small SWOT analysis for that. So firstly, I will try to find out my strength, that what are the strength of that application, which I'm going to launch it, right? So if I am doing a fitness of application, I find that yes, I am designing a personalized workout plan. So depending, say for as per the age, as per the height, and as per the weight, I designed the different workouts. That if a person is a little healthy, then the workout plan will be different. If the person is thin, the plan will be different. If the person is of 18 years, the other person is of 32 years, the other person is of 45 years. So as per the requirement of the individual, personalized workout plans have been made it. That's a strength. If I'm doing it, then it's a strength for me. Easy to use interface. So whatever application is there, it is very easy to use it. There is no complication. With some few clicks, you get the information very easily. So that is again the strength, that the user phase which we have made is very easy to use. Active engagement on social media. So let's assume that already people are very much active on the social media and people are aware of this nutrition tracking app. Okay. Positive user reviews. So many users have given the positive reviews already. On the various social media platforms. Strong data security measures. So whatever data I'm having it's properly saved and it's safe. So there is a good security of the data which I'm getting it of various users which are using this application. So these all are my strength. Personalized workout plan, easy to use interface, active engagement on social media, positive user reviews, strong data security measures. Now let's try to understand what are the weaknesses. In spite that there are good amount of awareness in the social media, but the brand awareness or reaching to the maximum number of people, the ratio is comparatively low, right? Compatibility issues with certain devices. So say for example, it's difficult to run the application in smartwatch, or the application will be difficult in iOS, that is in the Apple model. So in some of the other devices, if I am changing the devices, then there is some issue with the application. That is my weakness, right? Because that is a technical error which I'm having with my application. So I need to remove that technicality issues. So, but for now, it's a weakness for me. Lack of gamifications. Many a time that it is not possible that there is a continuous usage of the application, and as gamification becomes difficult for it. There is lots of competition with the similar kind of application. There are too many people who have known similar kind of application, and hence there is going to be a cutthroat competition. Limitation to integrate with third party application. So I cannot merge my application with some other application. There is a weakness in that because of some limitations or the designing of the application. Somewhere it is difficult to uh, have a tie up with the third party. So these are the integral factors affecting, that is weakness and threats. Now when I talk about opportunities, what are the opportunities a fitness application will have in the market? I can get collaborated, I can have the influencers, I can have a partnership with the fitness influencers. So there can be influencers, there can be lots of dietitian, cycle, sports person, so many persons who are fitness freak, and people must be following them in a very good amount. So I can take the help of these fitness influencers and can I have a partnership with them? Adding new features like recipe suggestions, as I told you that if I'm doing or having the application of fitness, then in that case I can start showing some calorie free or cholesterol free recipes on my application that will have a something add-on which I'll be giving to my customer. Targeted advertising, I can do it. Global marketing expansion, I have the scope because nowadays each and every individual on this earth is concerned about their health. In upcoming days they'll be more concerned, right? So yes, of course, these have a global market. If I'm having application of selling the sari, I'm limited to India only, and some few Indians are living across the world. But when I'm talking about fitness, I have the global market for me. Integration with wearable tech, whatever technologies I'm having it, I can take the maximum usage of the technology and understand that thing. And when I'm talking about threats, which is external negative impact on my business, uh, so many new competitors are coming with the different kind of applications. Continuously there have been changes in the rules and regulations of the government, right? Technologies are advancement, so it becomes very difficult for us to update the technologies. Negative publicity, there can become paid chances that negative publicity of the company or of the application is being done. And economic downwards, that say for example if I make it my some application as a subscribed or paid, then people won't turn out to do this thing. So this is the complete meaning of SWOT analysis. I hope you have understood the meaning of